I'm Todd Purdum.
And I'm Dee Dee Myers.
And we're here talking about the state of the presidential race in this year in which we've seen the closest election since the modern primary system began more than 40 years ago. It's almost unbelievable. Here we are, Barack Obama's gone over the top, but we don't have an official nominee.
We never thought we'd be here on the day after one of those candidates got to the magic number, which, by the way, moved around a little bit during this campaign, but got to the magic number and still feel like somehow there was something unresolved about the primary. You know, in one respect it's over, but in another respect, Hillary Clinton's still in the race. She hasn't decided what she's going to do next. She hasn't decided, you know, whether or when she's going to get out. And so, you know, once again, we're in uncharted waters.
It's virtually a tie.
Right.
And our system's not very well set up for resolving ties. We saw that in Florida in 2000. But all the same, there just seems to be no mathematical way now, short of something happening on the floor of the convention itself,
right,
that Barack Obama won't have enough delegates to win.
And it would take some extraordinary event, because, you know, Hillary Clinton's argument for so long was that the superdelegates would rally around her because she could make an argument that she was more electable. But the truth is that since February 5th, since Super Tuesday, she's only gotten 40 superdelegates, and Obama's gotten hundreds. Yeah. And so that, you know, there is no truth to that argument that superdelegates think she's more electable. You know, she doesn't have the most delegates, and there's really no other rationale for her staying in the race. So what is it that she wants?
So do you think it would be a dream ticket? What about this business of they're both being on the same ticket?
Well, I think it presents some opportunities and some obstacles. On the opportunity side, Senator Clinton does bring, I mean, half of the Democratic voters in this election voted for her. And not just at the beginning, and not just in the middle, but every step of the way, you know, she got half the votes. And of course, she's been tremendously strong with women, and a lot of women do feel like she embodies their aspirations, and that's important, and he needs those women in order to win. But there are downsides to it, too, maybe the biggest one being that for more than a year, Senator Obama's been saying, you know, Hillary Clinton is the politics of the past, I'm about the future. So is he going to just, like, put a big caboose of the past onto his campaign?
But I think it's interesting to watch John McCain last night. He lit into Senator Obama really hard, and Senator Obama gave back just as good as he got. And, you know, I used to think maybe this would be a kind of civilized campaign between the two of them. I think it's apt to be a pretty nasty,
you know, I think over the years we've seen these moments where people say, oh, these are two very upstanding candidates, and we're going to have a civilized debate. When you get right down to it, the stakes are so high. The debate is going to get nasty, and both sides are going to use every weapon in their arsenal to try to win, because there's just too much at stake. You're talking about controlling the presidency of the United States, the most powerful job in the world. People are not going to just go, oh, well, that's out of bounds. I don't think we should use that tactic. Not going to happen. It's going to be rough. It's going to be nasty. We're starting to see the outlines now of the arguments. And I think the tactics will follow. And
watching all these superdelegates come out in favor of Obama to guarantee that he could go over the top last night,
right,
that seems to be pretty clear that the party elders are now in favor of Obama. And the ultimate outsider in modern American democratic politics has taken over the party that's been
right,
run for the past 16 years by the Clintons.
Right, and that's a whole new moment for him. And yet, he is the nominal leader of the party, and yet he still cannot consolidate his hold on it. You know, there's still this insurgency going on around the edges.
I thought this race would be exciting the minute this year began. I never dreamed it could be like this. But we'll be back soon with more
from Capital Conversation.